While shooting an anime and video games convention, we ran into Steve Tricky, the events coordinator for AusGamers and the World Cyber Games in Australia.
This is the third year World Cyber Games has been run, and each year it's getting bigger and bigger. It's now up to 56 countries globally, and there'll be 600 players playing off in the World Finals. Winners from each state tournament will play off in the national final. There'll be a last chance tournament at the national final event where you get to play off and then join up with state winners into the finals. It's getting to the stage where people can almost make money from playing games professionally. We've just got a team who are probably favourites to take out the Counter-Strike tournament. They've just been over to France to play off in the World Championships. And we've got a few players that have been off to Korea and other places around the world. In Korea and in the US, there are players that are making big money playing games professionally in tournaments. At the World Finals, I think the Australians are in it with as much chance as anybody else. Certainly anything can happen on the day. The national finals at Darling Harbour on the 30th, 31st of August. It runs from about 10 o'clock on the Saturday morning, non-stop through until about 5 p.m. on the Sunday afternoon.
The Control Freaks test station is a Packard Bell P801. It's powered by the latest Intel Pentium 4 processor with hyper-threading technology that runs at a very grunty 3 GHz. We think that working in a video games utopia has made the team here at Control Freaks either very nice or completely insane, because we're going to give it away to one lucky viewer. For your chance to win the latest Intel Pentium 4 processor-based PC with hyper-threading technology 3.06 GHz, simply go to this website, enter your details, and tell us in 25 words or less how a new Pentium 4 processor with hyper-threading technology-based PC will turbocharge your gaming experience. We'll pick a winner at the end of the series, so start typing, and our very own PC could be yours.
The Xbox has been waiting a while to get another Japanese-style RPG, and finally True Fantasy Live Online is about to be released. Not only is True Fantasy an RPG, but it's an MMORPG. That's massively multiplayer online role-playing game. A very detailed character editor allows players to create their own identity from race, body parts, hair, faces, and body types. Using your headset and some quite slick voice masking software, you can sound just like an elf or something far more sinister when logged onto Xbox Live through your broadband connection. Players will explore a truly massive environment, including city, forest, and dungeon settings. There is, of course, the usual combat, magic, and good versus evil. True Fantasy Live Online is due for release later in the year. We'll bring you more pictures when we get them.
Coming up on Control Freaks, we look at what's coming out of the LucasArts studios and take to the skies on 4 wheels.
Control Freaks, I'm a Control Freak.
Amplitude is the sequel to the smash hit musical game Frequency, which came out a few years ago. And with the release date set for September, we thought we'd give you the lowdown on how it's shaping up. This time around, the developers have gone for a completely updated interface. However, the overall gameplay has remained the same. As with most sequels, the graphics and visuals have vastly improved, and there's also 4 different skill levels to master, as well as 5 all-new playing arenas, where you can either play in single-player mode or in the new online multiplayer mode. Amplitude also features a brand new collection of music, with tracks from major recording artists like Blink-182, Pink and Papa Roach, who will be sure to keep the heart-pounding beats and rhythms going well into the night. As soon as we get our hands on the finished product, we'll be sure to let you know the verdict. So make sure you stay tuned for this one.
The LucasArts stand at E3 was a very popular place indeed. We managed to catch up with a bunch of development staff to talk about the exciting new lineup from one of the world's most recognised game brands.
Hello, game players of Australia. My name is Peter Hirschman. I'm a producer at LucasArts. I'm working on Secret Weapons Over Normandy. It's a game that's being developed by Larry Holland and his company Totally Games. Larry, of course, did X-Wing and TIE Fighter and X-Wing Alliance. Secret Weapons Over Normandy is not a flight simulator. It's a very accessible, fun action game. We want you to be able to pick up the controller and immediately know what to do. We've built a lot of functionality in there to make it easy to fly the planes and allow you to focus on the combat.
Hi, my name is Mike Gallo. I'm the producer for LucasArts on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is an epic role-playing game for the Xbox and PC. The game is set about 4,000 years before the time of the movies, so it's set in a time period where we can do some really unique things with the storyline and the characters that we wouldn't be able to do if we had to deal with characters like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker.
Wipe this pathetic planet from the face of the galaxy.
The Force fights with me.
Hello, my name is Brett Toasty. I'm the producer on Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3 Rebel Strike. Rogue Squadron Rebel Strike is actually a new chapter in the Rebel Strike series. We have a variety of gameplay modes, including third-person perspective, vehicles including AT-STs, speeder bikes, X-Wings, TIE Fighters, so lots of vehicles to fly. And when you fly these vehicles and run around on familiar Star Wars, classic Star Wars locations like the Battle of Hoth, the Battle of Endor, the Death Star escape. You actually get to rescue Princess Leia on the Death Star.
I'm the producer from LucasArts on Armed and Dangerous, coming out Christmas of this year on Xbox and PC. It is 21 action-packed missions covering 5 unique environments. I mean action-packed, it's action. We have 17 total unique weapons, some over-the-top rocket launchers, including some crazy things like a topsy-turvy. We actually turn the entire world upside down and make everybody fall to their death in the end.
Did you see that? We're gonna be legends.
You're watching Control Freaks.
Control Freaks rocks.
Control Freaks. I'm a control freak. He's a control freak. I love control freaks. My girlfriend's a control freak.
Control Freak, you guys are the best, man.
3, 2, 1, go! Dash, thrash, and crash your way through the streets of Los Angeles, where the wrong way is the right way. Air is big and speed is the only rule. Earn your bad driving licence in the mandatory Offensive Driving 101 training session. Then launch into 30 arcade-style stages of drifting, jumping, near-miss racing on the wrong side of the road. Using your newly acquired skills, you can charge up your burnout meter, which kicks in with a turbo boost, max out the meter twice while in boost mode, and get the ultimate burst of blurring speed, aptly named the Burnout Boost. Whilst maintaining an amazing sensation of extreme velocity, the handling is tighter than ever, allowing dodging and weaving throughout the hazardous traffic. Crash mode takes place in busy intersections and bus-filled traffic jams. Your sole aim is to crash your vehicle and cause a chain reaction of carnage for maximum dollar damage. From smoke and sparks as metal meets metal to the flying particles of debris, you will be blown away by the attention to detail. Burnout 2 explodes with the point of impact, with sensational high-speed crash-packed racing. EA's second The Lord of the Rings action-adventure game, The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, will allow players to take control of their favourite movie heroes, Gandalf, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Frodo and Sam. Players must destroy the One Ring by casting it into the Crack of Doom, freeing Middle-earth from the clutches of the Dark Lord Sauron. An all-new multiplayer co-op mode will let players form their own fellowship before embarking on their journey through Middle-earth.
After the break, you could win an Xbox and a copy of AFL Live 2004, and Lara Croft is on the run in Angel of Darkness.
Control Freaks rocks.
Tired of the same old sports games? Well, urban freestyle soccer might be just what you've been looking for. All grit and no glamour is what this game is about, as you play a unique brand of rough and tough street-style soccer. From the footage we have seen, it looks as if the games will take part on a series of different urban landscapes, where crates and bins will stand in for goalposts, and the crowd cheers from behind a metal fence. The characters seem more like your average street thugs than athletes, and it looks as if there will be some cool moves to learn, as well as some nasty behind-the-play tactics. We'll be sure to keep you posted on the progress of this in-your-face, use-it-or-lose-it soccer challenge.
In The Angel of Darkness, Lara is on the run through several locations across Paris and Prague after being framed for her mentor's murder. 12 expansive levels contain striking settings with all the exotic scenery and massive backdrops you would expect from this series. The Tomb Raider herself looks sensational, with a tenfold increase in the polygons used to create her famous physique. For the first time in a Tomb Raider game, Lara can interact with other characters. The choices in conversation aren't huge, but with some excellent voice acting, it does add a new element to the gameplay.
Werner didn't scare easily.
He felt he was being stalked.
He could well have been. The monstrum is running around Paris, according to the press.
Lara's always had a breath meter, but now she has a grip meter, which only allows her to hold onto ledges and drain pipes for a limited time. One of the biggest improvements is the ability to save at any time, which is just as well because the controls and camera are plagued with glitches, causing an untimely death to Miss Lara on many occasions. Cameras switch suddenly from one view to the next, causing you to double back at crucial times, hampering jumping and quick manoeuvring. True Tomb Raider fans will still enjoy taking a well-animated Lara through her paces along the intense storyline. There are even a few sequences where you get to be the ex-Legionnaire Curtis Trent. When it comes to adventures, Lara Croft has always provided enjoyable, in-depth storylines with action to match, and Angel of Darkness is no exception.
To celebrate the launch of AFL Live 2004, Acclaim Entertainment have given us an Xbox and a copy of AFL Live 2004 to give away. Featuring improved gameplay, mini-games, commentary panel including Dennis Cometti and Gerard Healy, and a historical mode. What better way to live the AFL dream all year round? To win this great prize, all you have to do is send an email to the address below and tell us the name of one of the commentators featured in AFL Live 2004. 5 runners-up will each win a copy of the game. 1 entry per person, please.
Next week on Control Freaks, we meet the team at IR Gurus, check out the next Lord of the Rings instalment, the Italian job hits the consoles, and Xbox at E3. Could we cram any more great gaming action into one show?
We love Control Freaks.
Did you miss an episode of Control Freaks? Well, don't panic, every show is coming out on DVD. Almost 2 hours of features, interviews, reviews and previews. There will be 4 to collect, all with bonus content. Coming soon to a store near you.